Okay, so...
Okay.
Right. Well, let me...
Yeah, see what I mean? There's some strange noises.
Yeah. Like,
What
wow.
he's watching is very interesting.
So, right, okay, we're going to be going to the log because there's no map for Jailbreak. See, it looks like a lot of pages, but... Oh, wow. It's actually... I didn't even expect it to be that short. I haven't read this in a while.
Well, that's fine.
But yeah, so I may as well explain before we begin. First of all, this is the only page in the entire MSPaintAdventures that was actually drawn on MS Paint. The rest of it was done like Flash and stuff and Photoshop.
Don't you have some kind of full screen effect on the Safari?
Well, it's Google Chrome actually.
Oh, Google Chrome. Oh, well, it's exactly the same as Safari now, so.
There might be a full screen.
Oh, just because it's Mac. Right.
View presentation mode.
Try that.
Well, that works.
That looks good.
That works just fine.
That's perfect.
Okay.
So we're not scrolling up and down all the time.
To clarify for anybody who doesn't know what the hell's going on, this is me and Nathan reading MSPaintAdventures.
If you don't remember me, I had such exploits as running out of a house with a sausage roll, laying on the ground and yelling obscure names.
And playing Trilby's notes.
And running through a door. Yep. That's about it.
So yes, I know when we did Ruby Quest, we had like different people reading different things, but the only thing in this is just the narration, so I don't know how we're going to do this. Maybe we could take turns, like one of us reads a page and then the next one reads another page.
Well, I think we could do that. That'll work. Okay.
So here we go. Also, more things, because there's a lot of fun facts about this. This is probably obvious, but this was reader-driven, so all the commands were given by readers. Although that changes over the course of the stories. Like Homestuck, for instance, isn't reader-driven at all, but it just looks like it is. But anyway, yeah. Start Jailbreak adventure. You wake up locked in a deserted jail cell, completely alone. There is nothing at all in your cell, useful or otherwise.
Well, looks like there's a pumpkin.
Attempt to pry open window.
Or a funky apple. Whatever you want. There are no objects around with which to pry open window. Graft pumpkin to yourself so that you have one hideous arm.
What pumpkin? Grow 2 muscular arms with which the manhandle the key.
He already has arms, stupid. Look for a keyhole. Look at all the pretty pictures. Oh, look. Looks like throw the key down to that guy so he can open the door.
It lands with a loud metallic clank. Loudly tell that guy to pick up key and try it on the door.
Bellow! Despite your bellowing, the man casually opens the door and leaves. Pee out the window in an attempt to bring him back.
As you turn around to unzip, you notice another keyhole. Open door.
Wonders where the fuck that pumpkin went. Do a dance. Yeah. And then pees out the... Oh! He got a ladder, and you had to take a piss on him, which not only broke his ladder and slammed him in... My goodness, that poor guy's probably dead.
Exotic rhythm take over your body as you start to do a really silly dance. You recall your initial urge to urinate out the window. Now that you think of it, you really have to pee. The urine splashes onto the man outside who had the change of heart. He's climbing the ladder to give you the key. Knock on door.
So you're not going to apologize? What is with you and just plummeting people? Your clumsy fist accidentally flies through the bars, knocking out a passerby. Keys from his keyring jangle on the floor. Ask the dungeon master if there is one fucking way out of room.
He's unconscious. Examine floor.
You pick up a clump of nutrients-enriched dirt. Sweet spice of the earth. Oh, look, it's a pumpkin. Sweet spice of the earth. You sit in hushed awe of the luster of the brown gold. Say hello to the pumpkin. Yes, let's say hello to the pumpkin.
I beg your pardon?
Search room thoroughly for the bloody pumpkin. You wake up next to a broken ladder covered in piss.
Throw shoe at key.
You Not even really sure if you're wearing shoes.
Now the key smells like pee too.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Go through door.
The door is locked. Use key on door. This is going to be stupid, isn't it? Yep.
Jiggle as you might, the key doesn't work. Now the lock smells kind of like pee too.
Pretend broken ladder is broken train track. Choo choo. All aboard the Moron Express.
Use ladder as battering ram.
Hey look, now it's even smaller broken ladders.
Talk to the guy in the jail cell.
You yell to the imprisoned man. He yells back something barely audible to you, which looks like a jagged F.
Ignore all future input from Betelgeuse. I'm sorry, I don't think I can do that with all future input from Betelgeuse words. Turn long ladder into stilts.
You fashion a pretty nice pair of stilts, but you don't know how you're going to get up on them. If you only hadn't broken the other half ladder in half, you might have been able to climb onto the stilts with it.
Hook key to the end of the ladder and extend it to the jail cell guy.
Ah, brilliant. Since the whole ladder was approximately the height of the window in the first place, half of the ladder's height will not nearly reach.
Make clay from dirt and pee. Use it to glue ladder into pole. The rungs from one end of the ladder at half easily and snugly fit into the holes of the other. No cementation is necessary. This being the case, you now regret creating the smelly pea mud. Hook key.
You still did it anyway.
Hook key to the ladder and extend it to jail cell guy. It's still just a little ladder reach. Toss the contraption into the air to give it added lift.
Yeah, what a toss. With a little too much gusto, you send the rig sailing too high.
And to clarify, it's because there's a second guy above that guy. And so he got the key.
Oh, I see.
Drill a hole in the floor.
You are not this guy. Sing Malaguena. Drill.
You're a little bummed out that you missed grabbing the key by inches. In an attempt to drown your sorrows, you gush forth a melody, an enchanting rendition of Malaguena. In an attempt to silence your racket, the man above begins drilling noisily.
Hollow out pumpkin wears helmet in case ceiling collapses. That's a good idea.
You're quite certain there's never been and never will be a pumpkin in this room. Keep singing until guy drills through the floor. You sing so hard you topple backwards over the pumpkin. As you lie on the floor looking up, you see the tip of the drill penetrating the ceiling. It looks just big enough for a key to fit through. Serenade the guy about how you want the key.
It would be really great if you could give me that key. Trickle girl. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. The man is out to take a leak through the hole. You were getting really sick of pee.
Spit pee at man out the window.
Ha ha.
With a hefty mouthful of the other guy's urine, you decide to get revenge of the man below for botching the key situation. But as you're about to spit the pee, the man above takes a huge shit on your head from his window. The surprise unfortunately caused you to swallow the pee. Barf.
He's trying to get up again. Overcome with nausea from the foul chain of events, you vomit. What in the world? The man below has almost completely reconstructed the ladder using the same method he used to build the stilts. He's nearly up to your cell when he is met with a face full of regurgitated.
Check on knocked out guard. He's really down for the count. Try waking him by peeing on him.
That works.
You're all tapped out for pee at the moment, but the crap in your head is emitting a powerful stench. The odor wakes the guard. He suddenly remembers your assault. He enters the cell to beat the shit out of you. Leap over him in a desperate bid for freedom.
Where's the shit gone from your head?
It's a really good question. You carelessly trip over a pumpkin, which has clearly been in plain sight this whole time. You knock the man backwards into the door, slamming it shut. The guard is unconscious again.
Eat the pumpkin. Which won't be there. Oh, wow! You suddenly wonder what happened to the poop on your head.
Use guard's pants as lasso. Use guard's pants to lasso keys through the opening and door. You're not even sure if this guy is wearing pants. He did seem to be wearing a belt, though. You flail the belt around uselessly and then drop it. Use guard as battering ram on door.
Oh! You keep going. He's too heavy to lift completely, so you drag him close to the door and prop him up. Look at all the blood! Then smash his face against the door repeatedly. The door holds fast.
Apologize to guard's body.
It's a little late. Oh, what are you... What? I don't even know.
You start to feel sorry for abusing the guard so badly and mumble an apology. But then a mere apology doesn't seem to do justice to the poor man. You decide he needs a proper funeral. You sever his head with your trusty pocket knife and place the head in the pumpkin, which you just hollowed out. Using your handy spoon, you dig a hole and bury the pumpkin. You say a few prayers. He's in a better place now.
That's a strange funeral. Pause.
Game status: Health 74, Strength 32, Dexterity 41, Wisdom 24, Pluck 89, Metal 67, Chutzpah 90, Longitude 11, Temerity 66, Cheek 95. Pumpkins destroyed 1, Keys in inventory 0, Key throwing accuracy 0%, Urinations 3%, Decapitations 1, Score 890. Also, while it's paused, one more fun fact is that the reason I want you to read Jailbreak rather than just skipping to, say, Homestuck or something is because, surprisingly enough, all these stories do become relevant in the future stories. And this is one tiny way in which they're relevant.
Okay.
Unpause.
You wake up in your cell after a short nap. There's a key to your side, a drill against the wall, and a small piece-soaked hole in the floor. Drill through the floor. Keeps on going up. The drill oh no.
For the first time in your 3-year imprisonment, it occurs to you to drill a hard hole in the floor. You put your back into it. Poke head through hole and wave.
I might not do that just yet. You're delighted to see your neighbor. You decide you were long overdue for a pauper greeting. What's a pauper? Your oversized cranium gets lodged in the hole. You are stuck. Fast. Not slow, no. Quite fast.
Wave legs in the air.
Oh, look. Oh. Yep, you are definitely... Oh.
Your most creative solution to the problem is to hoist your torso in the air and flail your legs. It seems to be working when something goes wrong.
Looks like you might be bleeding.
You suddenly realize you are now this guy. Draw pictures of naked ladies on the wall with blood.
That's not gonna work.
All you have is gay porno. Drill hole through the door. The drill is not strong enough to penetrate steel.
That's some bullshit.
Drill through the wall right next to the door.
All these thoughts of drilling and penetration have given you a serious hankering for some quality time with Hump Rump magazine.
Continue to enjoy Hunk Rump. You are putting the finishing touches on a robot you have built from ladder pieces. You are soaked in regurgitated urine, and this activity has been a nice diversion. You call him Logorg. He's magnificent. Command Logorg to dance.
Logorg. Commanding authority, you issue the order. Logorg has no brain, motor, or any moving parts.
Use Logorg as a battering ram to open the door.
Charge!
From atop your great mechanized mount, you command Logorg to break down the door like a huge battering ram. Put your brain inside Logorg's head.
There you go. You're not sure how you're going to get your brain into his head, or out of your own head for that matter, but you get an idea. Reek havoc? No.
Wreck havoc?
You don't spell like.
Logorg has no moving parts. You can barely move inside your new wooden prison. Make a little love.
Oh, no.
You decide all these thoughts of destruction should be offset by a little good or earnest lovemaking. While you contemplate your current options for sexual partners, a whirring is heard from overhead.
Sacrifice your soul to the heathen gods. People who give these suggestions, they certainly know good vocabulary.
You've considered doing a lot of stupid things before. This idea takes the cake.
Rebuild Logorg. From the Logorg ashes rises the Phoenix of Drillgorg, supreme next-generation mechabot at your service, still made out of a ladder.
Get down tonight.
What is that? You're really excited about the advent of Drillgorg. You have no choice but to totally get down. Festivities and gyrations may or not continue into the evening.
Get a bachelor's degree in robotics. You don't even know where to begin addressing how stupid that idea is. Examine that rope-like object.
Oh my.
Oh, great prescience, move away from end of intestine.
Oh, not again.
Oh, great prescience, you move away from the end of the intestine.
Make a robot out of that guy. Don't think I'm familiar with make a robot out of that guy. Cry. Poor Drillgorg. Crushed by the loss of your prized automaton, your son of lumber, you are reduced to tears. The other guy consoles you. He thinks he has something that might cheer you up.
Pause. Unpause. You and your newfound buddy stand face to face, wondering what to do. The shattered remains of Drillgorg rest in a tragic heap. I don't remember which one's the actual answer.
Ooh, we can choose So you just... Okay. I guess we're going this way. So we're climbing the intestine now. Oh. That's... Oh. Now we just switch places.
You decide to climb the intestine from which your new mate descended. He thinks, what the heck, might as well follow. You both begin a perilous, smelly climb. The added weight causes a sudden jerk from the other end. You make it through, but your partner is not so lucky. With a great sense of accomplishment, you survey the room. Wow, what happened in here? I wonder what I know one of these paths ends because it's not supposed to be an actual... path, but I don't remember... Okay, we'll go back to this one later.
Be the other guy.
We'll go back to that one later. Clean the place up a bit.
Using your trusty rag, you make some pretty good headway on the room. You notice a patch of dirt where it looks like something was buried. Eat whatever is in the... What?
You firmly resolve to eat whatever you unearth from the hole, no matter how unsavory, when suddenly the dirt collapses. Avoiding the floor is left behind. You have to make some other dinner... have to make other dinner plans.
Search for the... What? The Prime Minister doesn't have gold hookers or any platinum.
You start to dig, hoping there will be valuables belonging to important people. But your oversized head becomes stuck. There's something oddly familiar about the situation. He's head out of hole.
You notice how there's a thing on the ceiling now? Oh, look, it's a pumpkin.
You begin to gently squirm and wriggle when you start hearing an eerie buzz around your head. Carve holes for mouth and eyes.
Hey, much better. Now you can see through the thick flesh of the vegetable. That's using your gourd. Ho, ho, ho.
Actually, I suppose maybe both paths are actually relevant. So in that case, this is simply what the other guy does. So maybe.
Or
not.
He's the dead one. Fell down.
What?
Ooh.
With great exertion, you attempt to disembody your awareness and move it to another person. It seems to be working, but not as you hoped. You wake up to the ghastly discovery that you have no head. I'll do your entrails are spilling out of your abdomen. It's quite painful. You wake up to the... Wait, no, we're done though. You're flying into a wall suddenly. What's happening? The trauma was way too much for your system and you expire a second time. Your awareness passes on to this guy. Drill through the door.
Crash! This door's apparently made of wood. Pumpkin purifier. Recalling the drill does not penetrate steel doors, you buckle down and get ready to give it your all, except the door is made of wood. Place head on X.
Attempting to place your head in the X, you bump the device activating it. It purifies a pumpkin that looks like it's seen better days. Open pumpkin and cuddle whatever is inside.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You remember this guy, you murdered him when you smashed his face against the door. Then you decapitated him because it was the only decent thing to do. You're so happy to see him again. God, that pumpkin looks delicious. What?
Check that door to see if it is locked.
Oh my god. Oh.
Your curiosity about the door gets the better of you, but you try to sneak a nibble from the pumpkin nonetheless. Build pumpkin armor. You gather up a couple spare pumpkins and cobble together a very smart-looking outfit. You feel invincible suddenly. Return to the courtyard to show off a new suit.
Probably about the same time.
Yeah.
That he's showing off the helmet. Hey!
Through some act of divine collusion, you were drawn out of the broken door to look up. Let's check out the other one now. Ha! That's using your gourd. You got a window to show off a new helmet. Ah! Brilliant. Greet him. I'm trying to figure this out now. Ha! Intestine like scarf, climb intestine.
What?
I see, so this is where they both
meet up again.
Or wait, I expanded through intestine up to you.
Hey! Oh. Chuck. Grab.
You think maybe your coarse gesture was made a bit brashly. Diplomacy may be the best mutually beneficial strategy here. You kindly voice your request. The other man, though apparently irate, seems to be swayed by your tone. After all, you did ask very nicely. Success! And now we can go back to the main story.
And then he climbs it up like a... Oh, and then that's gone. And looks like that pumpkin's going to disappear now. And it's peered back onto his head and he carves new eyes and stuff. Sling the intestine around your neck like a shawl. How glamorous! I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
Eat the pumpkin portions just cut out of the head pumpkin.
Yum, yum, yum.
Damn, the pumpkin portion is a little too big for the mouth hole. You think to yourself, if I didn't have my trusty knife with me, I think I'd slit my wrists. Ha! Play the get out of jail free card.
Of course, you forgot about your get-out-of-jail-free card. This is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. You're suddenly this guy. You were taking a strong interest in this door and see what's inside. You think to yourself, I would probably go through this door no matter what other stupid idea pops into my mind.
For the love of God, go through the door.
Pumpkins.
You step through the door, which instantly slams behind you and makes a locking noise. You have a feeling it is locked. In the room is a wall which has 3 pumpkin-shaped recesses. One is a happy face, another sad, the other scared or surprised or something. There's a fresh pumpkin on a pedestal, and a carving knife next to it. The room seems to extend very high up. It might even go all the way to the roof up there. Yeah. Right.
So let's carve the surprised face. That looks horrible.
With your most determined face, you set about turning the pumpkin into a work of art. You really suck at carving pumpkins. Put it in the sad recess.
Squish. Grind. Flood. Oh god. You're not deterred by any theoretical discrepancies between your handiwork and the pumpkin spec. Nor do you feel you have to get the pumpkin in the correct recess. Fits like a glove. Removing the pumpkin from the pedestal may have triggered some event, however.
As much as you can, as fast as you can. You can't believe how stupid that idea is. But it's worth a shot, I guess. Plug up the hole with a pumpkin.
Yes. You figure it's about time you took off the silly and uncomfortable pumpkin armor and put it to good use. There must be something that can stop the terrible flow of this water. Possibly some mechanism. Maybe right in this room.
Carve pumpkins to match faces on the wall and put them in.
Clang.
Maybe it's the surging cruel water arising inexorably, but you're suddenly much more inspired to put concerted effort into refining your craft. You hone your willpower into that of a master sculptor. Each slice, each contour of the knife bends to your will. Yes, yes, the results are breathtaking. The expressions are human emotion incarnate. Why are these pumpkins or fellow men wrapped within the human condition? No time for reflection, though. As you wait for something to happen, you think at the very least maybe you could float to the opening in the ceiling, even though you're not a great swimmer. As the water engulfs your head, you hear another distant mechanical sound.
Oh, shit. At least he's having fun. Rumble, oh, he's about to die. Oh, what in the world?
Luckily for the cause of suspense, you are now the other guy in his cell, wondering exactly what to do. There's a noise. The secret door opens to the adjacent cell. These two have been long dead. You wonder what kind of moronic adventures they were up to. You guess you'll probably never know.
Looks wonderful.
Bring the gun along, in case you have to off yourself.
Smack. Pick up the firearm. You now feel powerful and confident. Unfortunately, there is nowhere on your person to pack the heat. A violin string seems to suit the purpose well. Jump out the window.
The window to the cell is barred.
Ah, try and climb up the rope thing. Ooh, my. Get the fishy feeling that this is probably more intestine. You've been climbing a lot of intestines lately. Looks like it goes all the way to the roof. It must be a very large intestinal tract. You were wrong. It is actually a small intestinal tract belonging to a slaughtered sperm whale.
Survey surroundings, possibly sneaking a bite of ambergris.
Gurgle. Squish.
There's quite a panoramic view up here. Surrounding you mostly is other prison buildings. Who knows how many poor souls are trapped in this idiotic facility? Directly in front of you is another building. You hear water gurgling from it.
Googling. Yeah, the water is googling, everybody.
Just beyond are some mountains, which might be a nice place to escape to if possible. You're not really sure what ambergris is, but you have a feeling it will be essential. You grab a liberal dollop and stick it to your pumpkin, or on your pumpkin.
Oh, that's cool. Use harpoon to get across the building and shoot down the hole and possibly not kill the person. Pooh! Whirr! Gurgle! Hello, you look like a mermaid.
Yeah, he does.
Ah, of course. Oh. You pry the harpoon out of the whale, load it into the barrel, and fire. The pulley mechanism yanks you swiftly to the other rooftop. Readying your pistol to be fired indiscriminately into the void below, you hear some murmurs along with the gurgling. The water seems to be rising slowly. Looking into his mournful, pleading eyes, you start to reconsider firing your handgun. You opt for the harpoon gun instead. You figure you might need the bullets later if you have to off yourself.
Pull lever and reel in the harpoon.
Oh, God.
This isn't going to end well.
No. No, it won't. Crank. Geek, work, zeep. Oh, look, there's a ladder.
Okay, I think you got this figured out now. Amidst a lot of swearing and grunting from below, you nonchalantly walk over and pull the crank. Assuming this will trigger something right away, presumably with respect to the bars, you reel in the harpoon. The bars stay put, but a ladder emerges, some kind of control panel next to it, a good ways down.
Apologize to the man. Like that's gonna do you any good. A jigsaw puzzle? Oh, look, a happy face now. Well, that's cool. You tie the harpoon tether around the crank so it doesn't go anywhere. You then get down on your knees in preparation for one of your most sincere-sounding apologies when something distracts you. 5,000-piece jigsaw puzzle on the floor, partially complete. It looks like it's a picture of kittens. This looks like so much fun.
Ask Harpoon to Man where the rest of the few thousand pieces are.
What a jackass.
He can't hear your question and doesn't really care to listen at the moment. Climb down ladder and randomly press buttons and panel.
Release. Clang. Zip. Snap. Oh, goody. Now you're... Oh, God.
You get your button pushing finger ready for a field day. You're disappointed to find it a simple switch. You pull it nonetheless.
Take off helmet and use it for flotation. Flip switch again. Twist. Oh, you stupid. Oh. Pumpkin hugify. Oh, goodness. You struggle to remove the pumpkin, but it is swollen from absorbing too much water. To express your current emotion, you try to twist it off the frowning side, but it gets stuck halfway. Though blind, you still manage to scrabble over and pull the lever again. You are now the Harpoon Man.
Point hugifier at pumpkin head and activate.
Huh? Pretty huge. Bzow. Crush. Roll, rumble, crush level. Still rolling. James and the Giant Pumpkin. Oh my God, look at that thing.
You can't imagine what the strange device does, but it beckons you. There are 2 settings on the dial. You leave it at pretty huge. You don't want to get carried away. You are that guy. Look around and thank God for quick thinking with Harpoon.
You look around. You appear to be surrounded by mountains and a shitty-looking forest. Also, there's a conspicuous stump there. There's got to be some way to get down from this pumpkin.
Load gun and fire at stump while singing King Henry V.
I'm Henry V. I am a camp house thunk. Slide. Zip. Whoa. Shit. Bonk. Arrow.
It might be the blood loss, but you've definitely gone bonkers. You load the gun and fire it backwards through your torso while reciting the play Henry V. You clearly don't know a single line from this play. You act fast with your trusty knife to free yourself before the impending collision. You are now this guy. Grab the other guy's hand and run off into the forest.
Why only his hand? He's pretty dead. Click. Bang! Game over. Yes, finally, free at last. But the victory is bittersweet, your friend has died of blood loss. This is no victory, the feeling is vast emptiness. You are no longer bound by bars or concrete, but you feel more incarcerated than ever. You come to the heart-wrenching conclusion that the only true prison is loneliness. There's only one thing left to do. Continue, apparently.
You wake up locked in a deserted jail cell, completely alone. There's nothing at all in your cell, useful or otherwise. Turn around. Using key, carve spell into pumpkin invoking elves and such. What in the merciful Christ's name are you talking about? Using key, carve spell into stomach, invoking elves and such. There's already such a spell carved into your stomach. Okay, Dad. Recite spell while spilling blood, invoking elves and such.
Oh look, it's a gnome. You don't know what any of those runes mean. You'll be damned if you're going to try to read them upside down. An elf appears anyway.
With your trusty Homestuck magazine, forge a sword.
Oh.
Your gay pornography has been forged into a formidable blade. The elf saw a picture of a penis and started to cry. Strike the elf.
Puck. Oh. What the? Jump on his head?
Let's see, it's a battle. You could really use a boost in pulchritude if you wish to win this battle. Right. Off the elf a baby in exchange for one wish.
The elf agrees to grant one wish and the promise that you will acquire a baby for him in the near future. You can choose get out of jail, a new pony, or improve your pulchritude. Ask for a pony, ask for a second wish by promising twin babies. Ooh.
Choose your second wish. I love that word.
Get out of jail or prove your pulchritude. Wish to get out of jail, then trample the elf with the pony.
He's more than happy to magically transport you outside the prison. You had him at I will get you more babies. You deal more damage in the fracas, but again, clumsy meleeing skills have left you with the short end of the stick. The pony's got stats now. Cut open the horse and sleep inside for the cold night.
Just arms in his mouth. You seem to forget your sword is made of paper and really isn't capable of cutting anything open. However, with the pony's already weak in health, the blow is just enough to take him to critical condition. His pulchritude takes a hit.
But the cold night air is imminent, and you have to do something. You decide to get inside his mouth for warmth. Ah, snug as a bug. You have a feeling you'll get a pretty good night's sleep. While you were doing all that, the elf entered his magic two-bedroom bungalow for the night and locked the door. Man, it sure looks warm okay. Cast Fireball at bungalow, so you stay extra warm tonight.
Slam. Crawl out of the mouth covered in vicious horse slobber. You don't know any fireball spells, but you think maybe there's something useful in the runes on your bellies. No fireballs, but another elf appears. Pick up stump. Good, at least he's got a friend. Oh. Click. Oh. Flip open the stump easily, revealing a hole. There's a gun in the hole. You figure the gun was placed there in case you need to off yourself at some point. There seems to be some powerful cosmic magnetism towards suicide which surrounds the stump. Has no bullets.
Go on a hunt for children to repay the elf for his kindness. There appears to be a bus full of children on a field trip coming down the road. You wait to spring an ambush. Unfortunately, not one of these children appears to be a baby. Give bus of children to elves so you can go inside.
While you were measuring, the bus driver drove off with the rest of the kids, leaving you with only these three. You see if you can interest the elves nonetheless. They are fairly unmoved by the offer.
The kids together with the horse and use it as battering ram. Or tie kids together with the horse.
Oh my goodness. Oh, never mind. Wow, that's brilliant. They're going to get squished by the pony.
An idea this good just doesn't come around every day. You bind your motley collection of hostages together with your ample supply of rope. The combined weight of 3 kids in a small equine is way too much to even drag to the door. You're beginning to suspect this is a retarded idea. Throw 2 kids in the chimney. Maybe you'll smoke out elves.
Wait a minute. Order the children to climb the house and go down the chimney. The horse tries to gesture. The gun has no bullets.
Continue your downward spiral of mental instability. Inside the bungalow, it is warm and inviting. Invite the horse, children, and madman in for a tea party. Frankly, you think that guy's a little unhinged. You don't want anything to do with him, unless he has babies, of course. Enact total war. Set house on fire and flee east of Moscow. Moscow is west, you boo.
Yeah.
Yes, hello. How's it going? Yes. Well, we're recording stuff, but yeah.
So they can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can take a guitar in here, that's fine.
Yes.
We're almost done reading Jailbreak anyway.
What?
Use magical prowess to summon Moscovite elves. Moscovite?
To give a recap for Kit, who has just come into the room. Jailbreak, it's like Ruby Quest, if you remember that, but not scary. Use magical prowess. Yeah, what name just said.
You don't know the spell for summoning elves, Russian or otherwise, and the only known spell is carved on the belly of that lunatic, and you aren't getting close enough to read it. The only spells carved on your bellies have nothing to do with elves. From what you can decipher of the runes, you think one has something to do with summoning vegetables. The other one may give you an elevated, mystical communion with animals or something. What a lame-ass spell.
Use runes to commune with Pony and feed it a magic carrot.
Yeah.
He's tied up now.
Oh. Jump. Hey. Magical sense of communion tugs at the pony's primitive mind. The luscious magicked carrot tantalizes the pony. All of the pony's stats are completely restored.
Bite off your own leg and use it to play fetch with the pony.
Does it only give you one?
Well,
yes, it's like
because this is pre-made already, so.
Yeah.
That does not sound like an enjoyable activity for either party.
First, be the pony. Second, trample the children and the man.
I'm sorry, but I'm not familiar with the command "be the pony."
With elf powers, order the pony to trample the children and the man.
Oh, pony's gone to sleep. You really put your back into this enchantment. You will coerce the pony towards murder come hell or high water. The pony wanders off and snuggles into bed. He looks really warm and cozy. You are now the pony.
Enjoy your restful slumber.
You win. Final score 0.
Would you like to play again? The end.
What the?
Jailbreak and also Bard Quest are probably the least focused of all the stories, because as they go on, the writer starts to really tell more of a story. So Problem Sleuth and Homestuck are a lot better written. But yeah, that's it.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
You end up as a pony.
And I think we should get Bard Quest out of the way, because it's relatively short.
Alright.
Well, it's not even relatively short. It's much shorter than this one is. Log. Bard Quest. Right. See, look at how short that is.
That's quite short.
Oh, wrong button. God damn it. Begin Bard Quest. You are a simple bard invited to perform before a bored and grumpy king. Your hands tremble as they clutch your humble instrument. You think to yourself, this is it. This is where all the hard work pays off. This is a bard's time to shine. And the thing about Bard Quest is that it's a choose-your-own-adventure story, which is kind of why it didn't go for that long.
Should we introduce ourselves, shine his shoes, or sing a ballad about his beautiful queen?
That'll get you in trouble.
Which one do you want, Kit?
The queen one, because
I think we will sing a ballad.
So let it load, let it load, let it load. There we go. You launch into an absolutely exquisite melodic paean about the king's wife. You even throw a little dance number in for good measure. Next.
You look...
The king is a homosexual.
Oh, God.
Next. But the double entendre of queen suddenly dawns on him. He finds it quite clever and amusing. Next. He appoints you as head dragon slayer of the kingdom. You truly are an unlikely hero thrust into the position of greatness. So you can realize that you probably aren't qualified to slay a dragon, loot solo, or go to the blacksmith and forge bard armor +5, of course.
I think we should go to the blacksmith. Let us try that. You wander into the city streets to prepare yourself for questing. You wonder if you might want to stock up on several extra large dragon corpse satchels just to be on the safe side. Maybe you should start with the armor first. Think you stop by the smiths, or will you? So we can either get 5 bratwursts, get armor +5, or go to the cod smith and buy an impressively large cod piece.
To the codsmith.
Guess we're doing a cod smith. The cod oh my god.
You set about looking for the local codsmith, or groin clobber, as otherwise known sometimes. You were stunned to find a treasure trove. Cod Palace, the busy cod enthusiast one-stop cod solution.
Must be the kings of the palace.
So many choices. You're like a kid in a candy store, and instead of candy, the kid finds a lot of cod pieces instead.
Find something that strikes your fancy.
Sweet Jesus, you found it. Hull of the flagship, it's called. It even has ruffled trim and a bellaflix. It's perfect. Alas, you do not have the golds for it. So offer to exchange your hat for the cod piece, or grab the cod piece and run.
Let's try to exchange the hat. Yeah.
You offer your hat. The codsmith inspects its worth as potential material for a new cod piece. It shows promise, but it's simply not worth the same as the hull of the flagship. He refuses. And this is one of the many parts in which the story randomly stops.
Okay, well, let's try to steal it.
Yeah. In an act of understandable desperation, you snatch the piece and scram. The angry smith calls for strapping men to apprehend you.
Get out of there. You find a window to the back alley and dive into the safety of a dumpster. That's nasty. Ah.
Yes, you and your magnificent piece are alone together at last, except for some vagrants camping in the alley. They ask if you can spare any cods, but you politely decline. Don the cod piece.
You don the cod piece. Now this is the kind of comfort that is only possible with a top-of-the-line luxury cod. The majesty of your union with the piece is heralded. Bask in your own glory. You raise your arms in triumph. You are the king of this alley. Recruit the vagrants as your loyal followers of the cod piece. Prostrate.
Your subjects instantly prostrate themselves for the bearer of the great piece. They would do anything for you. They would take a crossbow belt for your groin. In cod they trust. Cod piece, check. Servants, check. Now slay a dragon. You're clearly making progress here. Any adventurer will be lucky to begin a quest with your recent acquisitions. You can almost taste the dragon bounty already. Wait, what are your new servants wearing exactly? And who cares about that? Just go kill some dragons.
Let's find out what they're wearing. They need to
kill the
have.
dragon.
They need to have some cod pieces.
Go 50-50 here. One person.
All right, let's go kill some dragons.
Okay. You lead your party outside the town to begin what you can only assume will be an insane dragon murder fest. Your two companions are able-bodied, loyal, and clearly very intelligent. You wonder what their names are. You are too caught up in your bold leadership duties to ask, though, and you figure you will probably just make up some stupid names for them later on. Where would you like to go to find some dragons to slay? Take Fluthers and Donchi to Dragon Concentration Camp, search for dragons in your immediate vicinity, find a dragon in the caverns of Harold, find a dragon in the Swamp of Mystery, or do a dance.
Let's go to the Dragon Concentration Camp.
Right, we'll do that.
Fluthers and Donchi.
Stupid Fluthers, what a dumb suggestion. There's no such thing as a dragon concentration camp. You slap Donchi around a little too for good measure. Go back.
So let's...
I was going to say we should go to the Swamp of Mystery.
Top-notch idea, Fluthers. An excellent idea that deserves a reward. You hoist Fluthers your thickest T-bone steak. Proceed to the Swamp of Mystery. You find yourself in a really moist and smelly swamp. This is where the investment of a stolen cod piece really pays off. Your groin is warm and dry. You see a swamp wizard, and this is pretty much the last part of the entire story. It just ended there. Pretty much every other choice is just, it's usually just like you get killed or it's a stupid idea.
So mine worked.
Yes. The kid knew what she was doing.
We're here to have fun. Thank you. Just coming in here.
And now if you
Spouting your authority.
If you want, we could get a start on Problem Sleuth, which is a lot more focused and exciting. It's about like 50s noir black and white detectives. So
yeah, we can get started. We got a bit of time.
Fuck yeah! Right, this one's got a map, and Kit can be more involved in this one since she came in randomly. Problem Sleuth. So yes, here we have. This is pretty much the story that got MSPaintAdventures popular of sorts. And it's a very eventful one. Very eventful one. So we will begin.
They do all this on MS Paint?
No, only the very first picture of Jailbreak was done in MS Paint. The rest of it was just because it's easier to do it if the artist does it in like Photoshop or Flash or something. I don't remember which one he does. So yes, we will begin. You are one of the top problem sleuths in the city. Solicitations for your service are numerous in quantity. Compensation adequate. It is a balmy summer evening. You are feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. What will you do?
Quickly retrieve arms from safe.
You've already got arms, numbnuts.
Retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued.
You're quite positive there has never been a gun in your office and never will be. Frankly, the notion strikes you as reckless and foolhardy.
Break through glass with fists to unlock door.
You don't know why you're assuming the door will be locked. You don't usually keep the door to your office locked. Nonetheless, a guy this hard-boiled doesn't go messing around with totally unmanly things like knobs. You send your meaty fist glassward.
Thud.
It seems there never was a glass element to the door. It was just a piece of paper taped to it.
Take the piece of paper.
The pieces of paper, wait, what? I can't read.
The piece of paper
was added to your inventory.
Manhandled the doorknob. There are dames to be rescued.
The door is locked. Funny, you don't remember locking it.
Jiggle. Call the royal locksmith.
The most plainly obvious course of action is to call a locksmith. You examine the phone. While it appears to be hooked up to an active phone line, the rotary dial and receiver cord are both missing. You won't be talking to anyone on this phone.
Check pockets and desk drawers for phone parts.
Slowly loading. Unfortunately, your desk has no drawer, since it is a board resting on some cinder blocks with faux wood panel sliding. Your pocket, however, yields bountiful returns. You found some candy corn.
Get key.
You pick up the gun. The grip is cold against your palm. This is your only friend in the world right now. It's gonna be a long night.
Next. Store candy corn in safe.
You can be.
This is so confusing.
Thinking the precious cargo may not be secure in your pocket, you explore alternatives. But you don't know the combination to the safe. Your gear's probably hidden somewhere in your office. Check the other side of the paper.
You decide to examine a piece of paper. Eureka! You discover a sequence of numerals. Open safe. You will use sequence of numerals on the safe.
Yes.
The safe doesn't seem to work. It appears to be a replica of the safe's facade, concealing something beneath it on the wall.
Next.
There is a painting of a clown under the safe cover.
Under the fake wood paneling of the desk.
There is a flask of whiskey under the desk.
Get ye flask.
You pick up the flask of whiskey. Drink the whiskey and remember the good old days. How do you expect to drink from the flask of whiskey when it is not in your jacket pocket? Exchange gun for whiskey, then drink. You swap the key for the flask of whiskey and wield it accordingly.
Ow.
You topple backwards onto your desk.
Use the key on the door and open it.
There's no key anymore.
You re-equip your gun so you can blow a hole in the lock to open the door. It looks like your gun only has one bullet left. Are you sure you want to use it in this way? You might need it in case you have to off yourself later.
Check what is taped to the bottom of the phone.
As you stoop to look at the bottom of the phone, your finger slips and you blow the lock off the door.
Never mind, what's under the phone?
This is a business card for Bust Our Us. Probably a brothel considering the lame double entendre. A slogan and the phone number, which if turned upside down spells boobies.
Take card.
You put the Bust Our Us card in your inventory. You also put the phone upright and back on its hook to make sure you don't miss any important calls from would-be clients.
Walk out of the room through the now unlocked door.
The door still will not open. It appears that it was never locked in the first place. Something must be obstructing its path.
Look through the newly made hole in the door.
No wonder the door won't open. Blocking it is an enormous and magnificent bust of Ben Stiller in his role as Starsky in the 2004 retro mini comedy remake of Starsky and Hutch. Lying on the floor appears to be an unfortunate bystander, an employee of Bust Our Us. He was polishing the bust right in front of you, in front of your door for some reason. Take the bust sunglasses. Slowly loading. Slowly loading. There we go. You can't reach them. In any case, they're probably just a part of the statue and not actual sunglasses. You spend the next half hour trying to reach them.
Take a closer look at the mysterious clown picture. Painting is exquisite. There is something funny about his eyes, though. Light seems to be shining through them from the other side. Look through the eyes of the clown. I can't see shit. Tilt it this way. No, I mean the screen. Tilt it towards. There we go. It's too bright in this room to see anything in there. You do think you hear a voice, though. You can't tell what it is saying.
Throw a cinder block at the door.
You're so angry about not being able to reach those sunglasses, you're about to lose it. You first consolidate all the scrapped wood into a neat pile, then hoist the block towards the door. Alright then.
Slowly loading next. I don't know why it takes so long with this.
So, do people, when this was originally going on, do people
Yes.
write it in and he picks which one is best or something?
Yeah, I mean, as it got more popular, he realized that there was no actual way to do that without basically just... Because he was getting like 1,000 suggestions at one point, so he basically just picked wherever one would get the story across. So he decided to just stop making it reader-driven and just tell the story that he wants and use reader suggestions for silly things. But that's in Homestuck. At this point, he was still using the reader
Sounds like something was knocked loose on the other side. Peer out the window to see what floor you're on.
Yep. Fucking... Okay.
Widescreen. You face east in the room to look out the window. Bright daylight floods the room through the glass. You've always been a stickler for natural light. It's the only source of light in the room.
What's up with the painting?
Makes this particularly strange is the fact that it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Take a look outside.
The internet is being really stupid today. For right now, randomly. Come on, internet. It's not really that much of an effort to load MSPaintAdventures. It's the view from your third-floor office. You gaze abstractedly at the commotion below. Same scene, same faces every day. It's like it hardly ever changes. Not that you can afford to pay much attention to scenery, with your mind wrapped around the latest Problem Sleuth, and your lips around your flask. Ask the movers with moving van to remove the Starsky statue. You shout towards the moving truck, hoping someone might be willing to bust your problem, so to speak. You do your best pantomime of Ben Stiller in a Starsky statue, but it doesn't seem like anyone can see or hear you. Throw cinder block at window, thereby discovering it is fake. You think you have a pretty good idea about how your office works by now. Act upon this hunch, you hoist another cinder block glassward.
Pick up shard of glass and put it in your inventory.
No clue is too trivial for the keen Problem Sleuth. Your motto is, let no inventory go cluttered.
What's
uncluttered.
that?
Well, what? Where?
That's what it says is what's that.
Oh. You catch a glimpse of the reflection in the glass. It's the wall behind you.
Turns around.
Now facing south, you pause to marvel at the beauty of your office wall mural celebrating ethnic diversity. You had it commissioned some time ago by a promising young artist. Best $11,000 you ever spent.
Read the note under the coffee.
It appears to be another business card. At a glance, one might think it was a calling card for a lady of the night, named Muriel, with the typo in her name, given the poor spelling it exhibited elsewhere. But on closer inspection, it is more likely a misspelling for mural, given the smudged out pun about walls. The suggestion in the phone number is probably regarding the old coat of paint rather than anyone's clothes. It's an easy enough mistake to make, though. You feel sorry for anyone who at any point in the past may have called wall under the wrong impression.
Using the chair, center blocks, and paneling, make a fort.
You stash the Madame Mural card in your inventory and set about making a really cool fort in your office. It is complete with a front step and a chimney. You are really proud of your craftsmanship.
Use your imagination to play make-believe.
Inside your fort, you are only bound by the walls of your imagination and several small pieces of particle board.
Fantasize. This is what being a hard-boiled problem sleuth is all about. By being a strong, silent type, oozing with confidence, charisma, and other fine qualities, such as not being trapped in your own office. By having a working phone, a real desk, not one but two steak dinners. And some hysterical broad on the line yakking about some fellow she's got troubles with. It's always the same thing with dames. You comfort yourself in your sublime fantasy by now and then, saying things into the phone such as, "Now calm down a second, Toots," and, "Hey, take it easy, sweetheart. I could barely understand a word you're saying. Ring, ring." Your call is rudely interrupted by a ringing noise. It can't be the phone because you're already on it. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Someone is ringing in your office. Check it out.
Ring, ring.
Answer the phone in a very hard-boiled way.
You pick up the phone and mutter some impatient greetings into the useless receiver. There is no response. Looks like you just lost another client to technical difficulties.
Throw the devil phone out the window.
You're fed up with your shitty phone. It has screwed you out of a case for the last time.
Go look.
You're probably going to need to get that back somehow.
Crack open window.
Even though the window is broken, you decide to open it. You slide the lower pane upward, but the whole window seems to slip from its anchored position. The window comes off the wall altogether. On closer examination, it seems to be a false window with a picture inside it. The picture is lit from within. It's sort of like a sophisticated light box.
Put the window down.
The window light box is plugged into the wall behind it. The false window is concealing a large safe.
This false window in inventory.
The false window is way too big to carry around, stupid. But you did find a curtain rod just under at the top edge. You never did get around to putting up drapes. Then again, it never did make much sense to cover up the only source of light in your office. You put the curtain rod into your inventory.
Use numbers from sheet of paper to open the safe.
You examine the heavy-duty safe. You must be keeping some serious loot in here.
Enter the combination.
You enter the sequence of numerals from the piece of paper. The combination works. However, instead of opening the safe, the dial is simply popped open to reveal a keyhole. It looks like it required a key that looks more like a house key or a car key, rather than one of those old-fashioned looking keys which tend to be littered all over video games, and which you're quite sure you've never seen lying around in your office. You don't need this piece of paper anymore. Crumple it up and throw it away. You discard the piece of paper.
Shoot safe.
Your key is out of bullets.
Get cinder block and phone receiver out of false window.
It's a long way down. You'll have to think of a way to reel them in if you want them back.
Unplug the window to conserve electricity.
You unplug the false window, which is probably burning through electricity with its powerful fluorescent bulbs and strange spatial warping properties. You're not made of money. The room goes dark.
Look through the eyes of the clown.
With the room darkened, you should not be able to see through the painting.
Next. Oh. Gadzooks! It's another urban mural. This one is particularly unpleasant. You have a feeling it might have been placed there just to annoy you. You hear a voice from the other side. It's hard to tell what it is saying, but you think you can make out the words "toots" and "sweetheart" now and then. It's hard to tell how far away the mural is. The clown's eyes are so close together you can only see through one at a time, limiting your depth perception. You wonder what kind of freak this painting was made for. If only you had some sort of extendable implement to poke through the hole to tell how far away it is. Push the curtain rod through one of the clown's eye holes.
You feel the curtain rod bump into something not too far into the wall.
Get a look at the unobstructed view.
It is the adjacent office. The man at the desk is talking to a client about some sort of problem which requires sleuthing. Next. Is your loathsome arch nemesis, A-Stick. He is always scooping you on the best cases. That portly son of a bitch makes your blood boil.
Shout insults at A-Stick through the clown painting.
You shout, but he cannot hear you. The walls may be too thick, or he is just engrossed in his conversation. It sounds like he is arguing over a misunderstanding about the nature of the services provided by Basar Rus, and an alarmingly large bill for those services. In the darkness, you stub your toe in the false safe cover. You utter more profanity.
Plug the damn window back in.
Inflated electric bills or not, you were getting sick of stubbing your toe in things.
Kick the door.
The door bears the brunt of the bottled up shitstorm brewing within. Examine aftermath of the shitstorm. The key, which you can't actually see and don't actually know is there, jingled a bit. You'll have to throw something harder, heavier against the door if you want to knock it loose.
Throw cinder block at the door.
You take the cinder block, which was formerly your fourth front step. You decided you could stand apart with it, since you've been stubbing your toe on it constantly since you built it.
Clunk.
The key still won't jingle loose. It looks like you'll need to throw an even heavier object at the door.
Check out what's on the false safe. F-U, ace, more like ace, retard, dumb.
Since Ace seems so intent on being able to see into your office, it looks like you put something up. Put up something for him to look at.
Take the note.
Load.
Here's some damn stuff.
There we go.
Take the note. You stash the note to a stick. Investigate coffee making
Machine thing in the object that whatever.
Appears to be some kind of heating unit to keep the coffee hot. The coffee hot. It looks heavy. Pick it up.
Coffee. I could go for some coffee right now.
Oh, sleepy?
Reading, thank you.
It's quite heavy and hot. You contemplate throwing it at the door, but something occurs to you first. You don't want to knock the keys on the floor and not be able to reach them. Read the sunglasses fiasco. You'd better be prepared to catch him in something after you throw it. Use hat as key net and throw a coffee maker. You resolve to catch the key with your hat. You let the ponderous appliance fly.
Catch the key.
With quick reflexes, you shove your hat through the hole in time to rescue the key.
Pull hat back in.
You got the safe key, and you can't think of a safer place for it than where it is now.
Playback message on the reel-to-reel.
So should I strip first? Yes, you want to strip thoroughly before I provide my service. Okay, I'm stripping now. You keep the hidden recording device in your office to record anything said that might be incriminating. Unfortunately, the only incriminating statements you record were likely made by yourself.
Swap the safe key with the candy corn.
Your prized confections will be safer here. The recording tape begins to unspool while you're preoccupied.
Pee through the clown's eyes and into A-stick's eyes. You remember you're pissed off at A-stick, and in addition to which, you haven't been able to pee once in the 13.5 hours you've been locked in your office. It's time to exact revenge by unleashing a torrent of urine through one of the painting's holes, preferably while he's spying on you. Fortunately, your aim isn't that good, and you don't even come close to getting pee through the holes. The painting is now a smelly mess.
Use the key on the safe. You unlock the safe with the safe key. The safe opens to reveal a hidden room. You don't need the safe key anymore, so you discard it.
Wrap yourself in recording tape like a mummy.
Wow, what a fucking waste of time.
Barge into the room with wild abandon.
Chapter 2. Oh yeah, there's also a nice little save
Maybe
game
now's a
feature.
good time to save your game. Click link below.
Yeah, it's a nice little save game feature so you can load it whenever... Yeah.
You enter your secret chamber. It's a dark alcove you use to store a few modest valuables and duck into whenever you're on a case and things start to get too hot to handle, which is never. Check out the paper on the floor. Fuck off, asshole.
It appears to be a note delivered to you from a stick. It smells a little like pee. You hate him so much.
You stash the unpleasant note in your inventory. Play a haunted tuba refrain.
You can't do it. That tuba is filthy.
Just get the paper on the wall.
It's another business card for intriguing...
What? A recording video?
Yes, we're recording the actual screen, not us or anything. That'd be weird.
Yeah, because then, you know, they could look at us but wouldn't see what we were talking about. That'd be...
Pornography?
Yeah.
Pornography.
Handling your dirty instruments since 1920. Rusty trombones, filthy tubas, funky trumpets, and more.
Sax, sax, sax.
Oh yeah, it's another business card for an intriguing trade. Some of these services really exotic.
Put card in your inventory.
Alright, that's another one. Yeah.
Get in dummy elevator. You climb into the elevator, sometimes called a dumbwaiter. It's pitch black inside. There's only one direction to go.
Ooh down.
The dumbwaiter goes down a little bit and stops. This is as far as it goes. The interior is somewhat illuminated from the light coming in through a slit in the wall you're facing. It looks like you can slip objects through it, as long as they're narrow enough. Peep through the slit. It's hard to see anything through it, but you hear a voice again.
Listen.
It's A-Stick's office again. He's still on the phone and sounds really surly. He seems quite upset about a mix-up involving the large stone bus, instead of some other service he believed he was getting. Ha. Next. He seems to be wondering if he has the right business card. Feed your bus or us card through slot. You deposit into the slot the bus or us card, but pee on the card beforehand. A little too late, you realize you should have peed on the card's ticket to Ace. You decide to pee on it anyway. Ace picks up the card and puts it in his inventory. He considers the card carefully. Next. He calls a number, hoping this one will bring satisfaction. Next. After a little while, some horrors show up. Cutscene. It looks like Ace got the better of you once again. Take a swig from flask of whiskey. Feelings of dejection overwhelm you. You're tired of being shown up by your rival. He gets everything. All the good cases, the women, the ability to open his office door. You'd wager he even enjoys a lion's share of the candy corn. You down a stiff belt from your flask of whiskey. You experience a boost in your imagination. Clean horns. Suddenly, you're entirely dissatisfied with the condition of these horns. It's an absolute disgrace. You won't stand for it. You set about polishing the instruments, but it seems your imagination is too high to conduct normal day-to-day activities. You topple some of the horns. The clarinet breaks. Damn it. If only there was a place that could serve as a proper outlet for such a high degree of imagination until the condition passed.
Back to the old forts.
In your heightened sense of imagination, you fall down the stairs. You better get to the safety of your fort fast. You're no good to anyone out here.
Hooray!
You feel safe and sound in the cozy confines of your wobbly particle board walls.
Drift into the realm of make-believe. Stand in your imaginary office with the mind, anything is possible. Your imaginary phone is ringing. Answer the imaginary phone.
You answer the phone in the best depression-era fast-talking way possible. On the other line is a hysterical dame. You tell her to calm down and give you the skinny on what all hubbub is about. Her answers are vague and one-dimensional. The case is quickly going nowhere. It turns out your imagination sucks.
Eat steak dinners with hands.
The steak dinners have been sitting around for a while. They're both spoiled.
Gorge yourself an imaginary candy corn.
They don't taste as good as real candy corn. Nevertheless, it gives your poker shoot a small boost.
Try to take imaginary gun back in the real world.
You pick up the gun. You'd like to bring it back with you, but you cannot fathom that as possible.
Stride confidently through office door.
You exit your office into the hallway.
Go harass a stick.
You burst through a stick's imaginary door, rolling up your non-existent sleeves, but he is nowhere to be found. His imaginary room is empty, most likely because Ace is currently not using his imagination.
Leave room.
You exit, but not before you leave an imaginary present on the floor.
Next.
You are now facing south in the hallway.
Enter the PI room.
You hear noises behind the door. It sounds like swing music and riotous times being had. Whoever is in this office probably has a terrific imagination, but the door is locked.
Follow the exit sign.
You feel your imagination beginning to fade, so you hurry downstairs to the imaginary street. You find your motley collection of items which you earlier threw out the window in a fit of rage, stupidity, or both.
Look up at your office window.
You see a familiar face through the window. A friendly face.
Next.
Your imagination wears off.
No picture. Oh.
It didn't load.
Oh my, that's quite the imagination.
Yeah. You experience the lingering effects of your imagination. The stat remains at the same level, but it no longer affords you its advantages. However, you remain just as useless in the real world. You're going to need to figure out a way to sober up fast.
Chug coffee with no regard for temperature. Drink the coffee, which is lukewarm. It is foul, bitter, and ridiculously strong. You can only drink a little of it. Your imagination is reduced. While your vim enjoys a healthy boost, and you feel terrific now. Fizz a fiddle and bristling with coordination. 2 pieces of candy corn fell on the floor.
Take candy corn. You put the candy corn into your hat. The phone is ringing again.
Go check it out.
Your phone is now missing 3 components, making it that much more difficult to answer this call from an undoubtedly hysterical dame. If only you could think of a way to reel in objects from the weird window mindspace universe.
Flip window upside down to shake and retrieve phone.
You try to shake your belongings from the blasted portal. God damn it, internet! Come on, what is with the internet being so slow? There we go. I'm gonna sneeze.
You okay?
It appears to run an Etch-a-Sketch technology.
Make lasso out of tape and pull phone back in.
You use the magnetic tape to form a lasso. Maybe you can reel in your belongings this way. However, you think the tape lasso is way too light and flimsy to throw out the window with any significant distance or accuracy. You'll need something to weigh it down.
Cut to the chase and use the cinder block.
You tie the tape to a cinder block using it as an anchor.
Throw out window. Examine the mural for hidden clues.
It looks like there are 2 holes in the mural. They're spaced far apart, just wide enough for someone with sensible human anatomy to look through with both eyes.
Look through them.
You unplug the window again and have a gander.
Next. Problem Sleuth is impolite, very rude.
It's an unpleasant note. You can tell using your depth perception that the note is very close, only a few inches from your face.
Poke curtain rod note.
A painting of an elf jostles on the other side. It falls to reveal a safe. The safe pops open, revealing a painting of an elf.
You say you strangle the phone.
I'm trying
I know what you're trying to do, just
it does
from
look
my angle it
strange,
looked
yeah.
like you were strangling a phone.
I'm surprised that the pictures aren't like, there we go. Look through elf holes. It is the office of yet another one of your competitors, Pickle Inspector. He looks dazed, as if perhaps he's been trapped in his office for some time. There are strange glass containers in the corner. You wonder if there might be a business card, worded professionally, of course, for a glass blower somewhere in his office. Perhaps taped to something like a cinder blocker in the back of an elf painting. His office is dark for some reason.
Next!
Nice. You want to read some?
You suddenly hear noises coming from A-Stick's office. You figure as long as your office is dark, you might as well check on him through the clown holes. Take a look.
Wait for the internet to load again. Wait for the internet. Okay, come on. It's not even an internet intensive website. It's a picture, it's a text.
Well, that doesn't matter. The fact is it has to connect to that page.
I love how you think throwing it against your pillow is going to make it work.
Why not just connect to Virgin Media? That seems pretty reliable right now.
Virgin Media is not that reliable.
No,
It's not.
it's pretty
It keeps
reliable.
going out.
Especially with MacBooks. There's a reason why I don't use it much. The horse tied a stick up in a chair and stole his phone. The Hungry Bear bust is cracked open, and the treasure which was undoubtedly stashed inside has been stolen too. He was probably tortured for the information. Rejoice!
He had a gun, and he never got to use it.
You celebrate by mustering one of the silliest dances you've ever attempted in hours.
Next!
And Dick hears your shenanigans from the other side. He seems to be pleading for a way to cut the rope.
Try to get the hutch bus's attention.
Also, his name's A-Stick, not Andick.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nobody cares.
You can't imagine how you can get a statue's attention. You begin to covet the hutch bust and whatever secrets it guards. Climb down the tape to retrieve your things.
The reel is way too weak to hold your weight. It will probably only be able to support and reel in lighter objects. Activate the reel to reel.
The reel begins to turn, pulling the tape taut. What? Pulling the tape taut.
Taut. Taut.
Like tight.
Oh, okay. The cinder block below does not budge. If the tape is retied to a lighter object, it will likely be pulled in through the window automatically. Give Ace a piece of glass to cut rope. That's a Christmas card.
It's cute.
You go into the back room and down the elevator. Slip glass to your slot. Ace retrieves the shard of glass. He uses it to cut himself free.
You begin to question this feud. You've been enrolled with your neighbor for so long. After all, he did just give you the number for some honest-to-God whores. Even if they did ultimately rob you, he also just helped you escape. Maybe it's time to bury the hatchet and help him out in his office. You feel you should get some supplies from your safe first, though. If only you could remember the combination. Check behind the paper stuck to the door for combo.
Also, you are now A-Stick.
Yeah, I can tell.
Or you didn't read that part. You can't pull it off. It's stuck fast. Maybe a heavy object will knock it
Throw
loose.
hutch bust at it.
Using your extraordinary strength due to your unusually high Vin characteristic, you lift the bust easily. Throw. You send the Owen Wilson paper word. Thanks. Oh, that one's glass. The bus crashed through the window, knocking out
His eyes!
knocking out an employee of Madame Mural. He was wheeling a portable scaffold into place to prepare for some more mural work. He looks like he's in bad shape now. The hutch head cracked open, exposing riches. It looks like one of the whores may have taken Starsky's sunglasses. Next. The scaffold continues rolling, coming to a stop in front of your door, jamming it shut. Next. You are now trapped in your office too. You and Problem Sleuth will have to work together if you want to escape. Proceed commands for A-Stick with AD and for Problem Sleuth with PS. So AD, reach to window and move scaffolding out of the way. The scaffolding is jammed in place. It seems the brake for the wheels was triggered after it came to a stop. You can't push it away either. The top just bumps against the ceiling. There's no climbing out of the window with your portly form because of scaffold bars. Unless someone comes to help you or find a blowtorch to melt through the bars, you're probably not getting out of this office anytime soon. Nice try, though. Okay, forget it then. Pick up Tommy gun. I beg your pardon? Get the phone pieces sitting around. You put the phone parts in your inventory. Slip PS's phone parts. You slip the phone parts through the slot to an awaiting Problem Sleuth. Next. But he is not waiting for them in the dumbwaiter. The phone parts fall somewhere into the dark shaft below. Nice work, bonehead McFuck-up. Look inside Huggy Bear statue for riches. There's a hammer in the broken Snoop Dogg bust. You place the hammer in your inventory.
Next!
So climb halfway out window, then unplug window, or don't do that.
Climb it.
The window loses its extra-dimensional portal properties and severs you midway through. You are dead.
Kevin,
Go back.
So, don't do that.
I knew it was going to kill you, but I kind of really wanted it not to.
You're not sure what you were thinking. Check behind clown poster. Behind the poster is another clown drawn directly into the metal. Under the paper is a long game code. This is probably a code you can use to return to a particular state in the game. You put it in your inventory. Pounce in keys before they disappear. You pick up the ring of keys. Okay, cool. Armed with your Tommy gun, you are one hard-boiled lug. Nobody messes with this tough guy, see? Go into dumbwaiter so you can retrieve an item. You go down the dumbwaiter.
Keys are never keys.
Yeah, that's a very important thing to remember.
I always see the guns even though they say there's no gun.
Yeah. A-Stick tries to give you an item, but the hammer is too big to fit into the slot. Ace gives you all his business card instead. In return, you give him your collection of unpleasant notes.
A-Stick, examine them damn notes.
You recognize both of these notes. You wrote and delivered them to your neighbor to get his goat. One of them has something on the back. He wrote a rebuttal on the other side and taped it to the back of his fake safe for the viewing pleasure. Luckily, the combination to your safe is on this paper. You carelessly composed your note on this document without noticing.
Use it to open the safe.
Smells like a butt. You enter the combination. A smaller compartment opens up to reveal 3 old-fashioned keyholes. Go look through pig painting and see what PS is up to. You have to unplug your large panoramic window from its portable generator first. Unplug window. Then look through holes.
Candy corn vampire.
Ah! You topple backwards onto your particle board desk. It was supported by a couple of smaller busts, including one of your favorites, Snoop Dogg from Soul Plane. Throw Snoop Dogg through big window portal. First, you organize all the particle board into a neat pile to reduce
Is that
clutter.
who I think it is?
Well,
Ben Stiller.
Zoolander.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
You ready to snoop for throwing? Throw. The bus crumbles against the rigid surface of the unplugged window. There's just no breaking through the plane unless it's plugged in. Amidst the rubble is a couple pieces of candy corn and a small key. Examine the cruet next to a Snoop Dogg bust. First, you plug the window back in so you can say stop stubbing your toe on things. Stubbing your toe is known to be brutal on your pulchritude stat. You pick up the cruet of brandy. Examine the
rope.
You pick up the rope.
Use Tommy gun and safe keyholes.
Use your ring of keys to lock the keyholes in the safe. Next. The ring of keys blows a hole in the safe. The safe is open.
Throw hammer through window.
Now that the window is plugged in, you may effectively vent your rage with a heavy object. The hammer shatters the glass and falls to the street far below your penthouse office suite.
Next.
Get candy corn in preparation of your own vampire act. You pick up candy corn, small key. Look through clown picture at Ace. Ace to ate the candy corn. He is an unimaginative lout and an all-around wet blanket.
Next!
That's horrible. Jesus.
Ace enjoys a small boost in pulchritude from the candy. His modest pulchritude gauge is now maxed out. He inadvertently swallowed the small key along with the candy corn. It is now safely stored in his stomach. Build fort. Ace did.
You figure it's time to do something constructive for a change. Your stout bunker of particle board is a smashing success. The Zoolander chimney is the jewel in its crown. Right, it's Zoolander.
See what you have stashed in the safe.
You can't reach the opening. You would stand on the chair, but you don't think it's quite high enough. Besides, it's now built into your fort, and there's obviously no going back. Throw a fort out window. That's the stupidest idea you've ever had.
Use bus stand as a step to access the safe.
By stacking 2 bus stands, you can easily reach a safe opening.
Cool, go in.
Chapter 3, you'll save for the hell of it. It's your secret hideaway, a great place for ducking into when being persecuted by unscrupulous whores. Acrid fumes from the room fill your nostrils. Go up dumbwaiter. Whee. The dumbwaiter goes up, revealing the foam parts which had fallen down the shaft earlier. While you're at it, you compose another unpleasant note in the back of one of the others, and slip it to the slot. I can't read. Get foam parts and hook them up to your phone.
My hands smell like potatoes.
Okay. I don't remember that in the story.
Is it right there?
Oh, wonderful. Didn't
What?
see it. Just a horrible joke.
Yeah. Your phone is now 2/3 complete. It is ringing again. You're going to need that receiver. Exit dumbwaiter.
Yeah, just let everybody smell your fingers.
Don't they smell like potatoes?
Yes.
It's so random.
Exit dumbwaiter.
Open
Mr.
door
Ace.
lock with Tommy gun.
Oh.
You throw your ring of keys at the lock. They jangle uselessly against the door. You're not sure what you expected was going to happen. You sure can be dumb sometimes. The ring of keys ammo is down to 90%. Pick up keys. You pick up your Tommy gun. Use rope to escape office your window. You won't need to use the rope to escape through the window. There's a fire escape stairway. You climb into the generator, out the window, and onto the stairs. The generator is chugging away. It is fueled by a potent grain alcohol. Its fuel gauge is at 80%. Go downstairs. The stairs at the end of the roof of an adjacent building. There's a pulley on the other side. There's a small skylight window in the center of the roof.
Looking window.
It's Pickle Inspector, the poor sap trapped in his office by that petty bastard Problem Sleuth. He's currently in his fort. There's no light in his office. His skylight window must not be powered. Next.
Currently in his fort.
You suddenly feel weird about standing on the other side of an unpowered window. You feel as though there will probably be metaphysical consequences. Next. A frightening beast appears.
Alert Pickle Inspector to turn on his window.
You have a feeling that your portly ally is in trouble somehow. You pound against the wall, but the inspector's in his fort, off in his own world.
Drink whiskey and go into fort.
You decide to take the matter up with him directly. You take a healthy swig from your flask of whiskey to boost your imagination and duck into the old fort.
Address this beast's situation.
Appease the beast by doing a truffle shovel, or don't.
Yeah.
No.
No, let's try it.
No.
I want to see. I want to see
You're
the
gonna
truffle
die.
shovel.
In a stirring homage to the Tubby Boy chunk in the Goonies, you lift your shirt and produce the most blubber-jostling jig you can muster. You were quickly slain by the hungry beast.
Told you were gonna die.
That was good. No, wait, never mind.
You really like the Goonies, and you think the beast probably does too, but you think a little restraint is called for in the situation.
Use your keys to kill the beast.
You squeeze the trigger of your Tommy gun and fill the creature with lead. The beast is unfazed. You are down to only 5% ammo, and you doubt the remainder of your bullets will finish off the encroaching monster.
Did you look out here?
Okay.
Yeah. Not getting out fast enough.
I pressed the wrong button. What?
Wait. Oh, maybe you did.
There we go.
go.
You run up the stairs into the safety of your window.
Vomit up that key, fat man.
Slowly loading. Slowly loading.
It takes a moment to vomit, so. Thanks for the sound effects. Oh no! There we go.
You can't just vomit things on command. That's ridiculous. On the other hand, when there's liquor in your system, that's a different story.
Take a healthy swig of whiskey to restore some vim. Except he's got brandy.
Well, okay, it's not whiskey, but you decide to open your crude of brandy and throw back a stiff belt. The alcohol has no effect on your vim characteristic, but it quickly makes out your crude little imagination gauge. The room starts spinning. You'll need to duck into a safe place to expend the imagination fast.
Go into fort.
You're standing in your imaginary office. You can hardly believe how shitty your imagination is.
Pick up poorly drawn gun.
You pick up the shitty gun. You'd be shocked if it worked at all.
Head over to PI's place for imaginary mixer.
Problem Sleuth is already there, trying to get into the locked office.
Knock furiously on the door.
You shatter the glass with your beefy fist.
Look inside.
It is Pickle Inspector's imaginary office. He sure knows how to live it up.
Next.
He uses potent imaginative powers to replace the broken door with one of solid steel. Problem Sleuth is gone. He probably went downstairs.
Follow him.
You find Problem Sleuth in the street. He's rounding up items scattered on the street and tying them to magnetic tape. It looks like he brought down a large bag of candy corn from his office. He may have considered tying it to the tape, but it is too heavy to be hauled up through the window. It probably will need to be hauled up by something stronger, like a rope, perhaps one slung around a pulley.
Then tape up with hammer and foam part.
You let go of the tape. It is reeled in through the window with the items. Unfortunately, the hammer catches onto the window's power cord and unplugs it.
Run!
A terrifying beast appears. You're both armed with imaginary weapons and ready for melee.
Get that dog-walking gentleman to help you out.
The gentleman appears to be a brainless non-entity.
He's half his body is bait for the monster.
Battle technique.
Torso flail.
The beast gobbles a torso. He is temporarily placated by the red meat.
Fire at will.
Your imaginary guns seem to be no more effective than pea shooters. Ace's bullets barely manage to clear the barrel. The beast suffers minimal damage. Because the terribly imagined
Closer
gun.
to the beast and fire.
You stand on the cinder blocks and take aim. Your piece of shit gun jams and explodes. The beast takes significant damage. Ace Stick loses an imaginary life. Ace Stick has returned to the physical plane. You're feeling nauseous from the earlier boost to your imagination. You puke. After imaginary battle. Problem Sleuth has been slain by the beast.
Oh.
You wake up from your imaginary boss battle with a very real hangover. You quickly drink some coffee to restore your vin.
Plug window back in, examine loot tied to tape.
The recording device reeled in the phone receiver and the hammer.
Put your phone back together.
Finally, you can field some phone calls from flush abroad. You put the hammer in your inventory.
Call PI with newly assembled phone.
You don't know Pickle Inspector's number, if he even has a phone. Besides, your rotary dial appears to have strange symbols in it rather than numbers. You vaguely recall seeing somewhere the sequence of symbols. Star, heart, horseshoe. However, you can't remember the symbols star, heart, horseshoe. You will need the picture of paper with star, heart, horseshoe written if you wish to remember the sequence star, heart, horseshoe.
Jesus.
Search your vomit to find your key. You pick up the small key.
Check if the key works on the lock in the safe room.
You unlock the lock and open the door. Powerful fumes waft into your nostrils.
Use hammer to pry boards off the door in the safe room.
You pry out the boards with the hammer, but before you can pry any off, the door swings open, away from the boards. It seems the boards never actually served to obstruct the door in the first place.
Cool, examine the rooms.
You are now Pickle Inspector.
Look around room.
Chapter 4, save the game. Around room. You examine your surroundings. Your door is blocked by something. Judging from the marks in the door, it looks like you attempted to open it up with some sort of weapon. There's a hairpin on the floor.
Oh, good. Pick it up.
Pick up hairpin!
In that case, you can read the next page. Oh, barely anything. You equip the hairpin. You can read the next one that's more than a sentence.
We'll find you a more
Sweet.
fun one.
As soon as the internet says strangle.
Tall, weird man. I only see his head and he's like at the ceiling.
You grow to really like these characters, because I did. By the time the story's over, they're really exciting characters. And then Homestuck only makes it even better. Strangling the phone, throwing it at a pillow.
Why do you have a phone connected to it?
What? Phone connection? Oh, that's just the charger. What is a plug?
Well, why do you have it connected to it?
Charging.
Because it's a USB charger, so that
Yeah.
it
Charges it.
Because the
Is the internet on the phone?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Isn't there a way to connect the internet from the phone to the laptop just using the cable?
I've tried. No, there isn't.
Armed with a machine gun, you are now unstoppable murdering machine. The heavy weapon is perfect for waiting with burning desire to fill something with hot lead. Next!
And meanwhile, his name's just like Pickle Inspector. Really stupid name. You drop the machine gun. Your VIN characteristic is way too low to carry around such a heavy object. Take a look at a hole in the door. A trombone is wedged between the door and the wall. The horn is really rusty. It could use some serious polishing.
There's a dead person in front of every door.
Yeah. Replace the cover of the elf picture. It bothers you. You try to push the safe closed, but it's too heavy. Your VIN is not nearly high enough. You're not sure where that elf painting cover went. Perhaps an elf took it. Elves may or may not be real. Eat Smarties to boost them. They are not Smarties, they are Tootsie Rolls. Become homoerotically interested in your fan. You attempt to woo your fan by turning it on. However, there is no electricity in your office presently. There's a card taped to the fan. Look at the card. Glass blowers. Offering glass creations with no erotic connotations whatsoever since 1905. Seriously, we just make things out of glass. You place the glass bows ink card in your inventory. Become homoerotically interested in your fan.
Again?
Oh no, it's a different character this time. Wait, Andrew Hussey. Andrew Hussey becomes aroused by fans of MSPaintAdventures. Way to break the fourth wall, numbskull. Dance. Yeah!
Next.
A stick enters the back room. There are a couple of stills. One is for making illicit liquor during the Prohibition era. Another is for making another sort of substance, possibly also illicit. All the liquor appears to have been stolen. There are some handgun bullets on the floor. There is also a target painted on the ceiling for some reason. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above. Next. Problem Sleuth enters the back room. It appears to be a storage room for various instruments. Mysteriously, most of the instruments have been plundered from the room. Hung on the wall are portraits of some legendary jazz musicians. You regard them with awe. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above. Oh yeah, we're starting to finally foreshadow the last character. Take a hearty swig from mysterious bottles. The first bottle contains illicit moonshine. The second bottle contains hot sauce. The third bottle contains your own excrement, saves up from prolonged office entrapment. You take a swig from one, but you seem to have misplaced your handy drinking implement. Load keys and use on target and ceiling. You pick up the handgun bullets. They are not compatible with your Tommy gun. You'll have to use the remainder of its ammo if you wish to fire it. Okay, fire Tommy gun at target. You point the ring of keys targetward. Cutscene. Boom, boom, boom. The room above is a busy speakeasy. The clients boisterously enjoy illicit libations. There is a bust of a speakeasy's owner, the mobster Kingpin. He's obviously the scourge of his pseudo-prohibitionary universe. Nobody fucks with him. He's the antagonist, Mobster Kingpin. Bullets pierce the floor in a semicircular pattern around the bust. The patrons flee in fright at the exit. The exit is now barred through some automated security mechanism, probably to prevent meddlesome coppers from barging in.
Next.
Yes, read.
The gunfire ignited the potent fumes from the stills. The room is on fire. The ring of keys is out of ammunition.
Break the glass in the door, dislodging the trombone.
You take a limp-wristed swing at the glass, but it seems there is no glass in the door frame. You tumble through the opening. You were in a small room with an elf. The elf possibly guards secrets, and a switch behind him.
Has porky eye.
Your poker shoe is too low to command the loyalty of elves. Leave. You exit the small room through the door. Search room for drinking implement. You find the rubber tube under your hat. Look for a container to siphon liquid into.
So many elves.
You retrieve your tea set from your fort. You've been keeping it in there to supplement your imaginative games with make-believe. Siphon liquid. You siphon some of the hot sauce into a teapot. You siphon some of the illicit liquor into a teacup. You decide to leave the shit where it is. Take a sip of hot sauce. You take a small sip from the teapot. Your vin is boosted. You begin to sweat profusely. Add hairpin to inventory. You equip the hairpin. Okay. In the machine gun, something goes off. The lousy thing has a hairpin trigger. The bottles are shattered, leaving an unpleasant slurry all over the floor.
Next.
You drop the machine gun. You are still too weak to wield it. It goes off again. The volatile concoction catches fire. Your office is on fire.
Next.
The skylight above jostles. It pops out of place to reveal a sprinkler, which has been activated by the smoke.
Next. The sprinkler douses the flames. The skylight dangles with its power cord, which is plugged into the outlet of the ceiling. The water cools you off. Your vim returns to normal.
Examine plaques beneath pictures. 1. Blind Willie Buttermilk Stubbs. 2. Father Blind Pappy Ramblin' Jackson. 3. Earl Stokes Can't See a Damn Molasses Fats. Okay, I like that. They're not even holding anything. Oh yeah, it says that. Never mind, I'm stupid. Such extraordinary jazz legends. They bring a tear to your eye. It seems they are without their instruments, though.
Play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata on the piano.
You can't remember the notes to that song. Instead, you play an improvised rendition of the classic Buttermilk Stubbs composition. Things are really starting to cook.
Next.
Some icons beneath the plaques are revealed. Go down the stairs, attempt to open door. Go up the stairs, attempt to open door. Next. Both of the doors are blocked from the other side. It appears someone has wedged an oboe between the doors. Drink brandy and forget you're on fire. You imbibe heavily to drown your conflagrative sorrows.
MC Hammer slide out of the room.
You enter your fort to escape the shrieking nightmare that has swallowed your life whole.
Add skylight to inventory.
You take the skylight, drink some illicit moonshine, and rush to your fort. You take a sip. It only marginally burns boost your already naturally high imagination stat. You'll need to consume a much more powerful form of liquor if you wish to boost it much further. You duck into the fort to escape the freezing downpour. Next. You hear your phone ring from the other room. Retrieve clarinet, trumpet, and tuba from secret room. You gather up the horns. Beneath the tube is a cartridge of Tommy gun munitions. Use instruments of respective jazz lessons. You supply the musicians with their horns. A switch appears on the wall. Throw the switch. The power is activated in Pickle Inspector's office. The fan turns on. The wind from the fan blows a safe shut. Next. The power in Problem Sleuth's office shuts off. The phone is still ringing. Tell Damon phone to call back. Takes a slug of whiskey. You answer the phone in a hard-boiled manner. You explain to the woman gruffly that you'd love to help her out, sweetheart, but you're up to your neck in all this weird puzzle shit. You hang up. Enter fort. The dame explains into the dead receiver, please don't go, she's been trapped in her apartment for hours and needs help. Next. You enter your imaginary office, now with only 2 imaginary lives to spare. Try to be a little more careful this time. Exit office. Ace, Stick, and Pickle Inspector are having a chat. You wonder if they are talking about you. Whisper to PI to rouse PS's curious suspicion. Ace, Stick is whispering something to the lanky fellow. You smell a plot. Your mind furiously sets to work in a way to disrupt their connivings.
Yep. Charge down hall shouting profanities and being silly.
Loading. Friend request. Yep, there we go. This is the best plan you came up with.
Next!
Anybody else want to read?
The other 2, inspired by your magnificent pulchritude, rally around you as a leader and follow you toward the exit. You stop them, reminding them that there is a monster on the street, and they are terribly ill-equipped for the battle. You will all need better armaments.
Ask Pickle Inspector to conjure more powerful guns. Pickle Inspector nods sagely. He'll see what he can do. Problem Sleuth is armed with the candy corn handgun. A-Stick is armed with a Tootsie Roll shotgun. Pickle Inspector is armed with the Pez Uzi. Pose as a team because shit just got real. You copy and paste your previous pose into a new file and animate the background rapidly. Shoot A-Stick in the face. He's making candy-oriented assault. Yeah, the great beast is ready for battle with a replenished health bar. Fast-paced organ music and a haunting vocal chorus accompanies your epic struggle. Next. The beast makes a preemptive assault on your party's leader. Your auto parry kicks in. You avoid the savage lunge with your sleuth roll. Battle menu. Aggress, battle technique, combat operandi, persuade, mollify, abscond. You open your battle menu and select aggress. You fire your candy corn handgun at the monster. It takes heavy damage to the projectile retreats. Battle menu. Aggress, battle technique, yada yada yada. You follow Problem Sleuth's lead and riddle the beast with high-powered rounds of Pez. Boom. A-Stick cocks a Tootsie Roll shotgun and strikes a brutal affront for massive damage. The beast is slain. Problem Sleuth gained a level. Problem Sleuth, yada 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 yada. He's got Sleuth Diplomacy, which is a new thing, and he can now commune with weasels. A-Stick gained a level. He has gained, now, nothing happened. Pickle Inspector gained a level. He's learned how to imagine a Jailbreaker cannon, Gummy Bear IED, Peanut Butter Dumbwaiter. And A-Stick's gained another level. He can now do a level 2 Truffle Shovel, and the beast drops an artifact Polished Horn. Okay.
It's a lot of stomach capacities.
Yeah, that he gained out of that.
Jump onto monster's legs. The torso cavity is mushy and warm. It makes for a comfortable bucket seat. Use legs like power armor. Stroll around city. Problem Sleuth goes for a stroll. Examine Polished Horn. The luster is arresting. Its mystery is unfathomable. You place a Polished Horn in your inventory. Get imaginary candy corn. You pick up the bag of candy corn. Conjure Peanut Butter Dumbwaiter. Yada yada. Take dog from man. You take the ugly dog. Summon Weasel King. You do not have enough elf tears to summon the Weasel King. Go up Dumbwaiter into 80 window. You cannot go up the stairs to Ace's office. The path is blocked by a frightening beast. Use monster legs to jump up to compatriots. Sensing your compatriots in trouble, you decide to use your powerful legs to leap into battle, but something distracts you. A light coming from that storefront, and music. Is a dancer spinning to the tune of a music box. An unfamiliar face looms large behind it. One word, belly of the whale. Roar! You would use combat operandi value of the whale with gusto. However, your cache of elf tears is as dry as a bone. Next. The beast makes an unexpected pounce. Pickle Inspector employs a successful auto parry with the technique Pickle Distraction. Butterfly. Trouble Shovel level 2. You show the beast what you and fat kids everywhere are made of. Beast suffers minimal damage. A stick is slain. Investigate the window. The dancer in the window stops spinning. The window goes dark. Imagine Jawbreaker can. Fire. The Jawbreaker cannon inflicts a savage upgrade for 100% damage. The beast is defeated. Pickle Inspector level up. He can now do level 5 disconcerting ogle, and the beast drops a burnished horn. Use legs to imitate creatures' mating dance. You strut your stuff with some fancy footwork. Problem Sleuth is slain. Beast, put on hat. Take horn. You acquire the burnished horn. Hurry upstairs. You speed towards Ace's office to make sure he's alright. Your imaginary body cannot be sustained on the material plane. Pickle Inspector loses an imaginary life. Ace Stick is nowhere to be found. Ace Stick suffers the unpleasant aftermath of his imagination binge. The flames in the still room are doused by a large volume of vomit. Next. Problem Sleuth quenches his hangover with the remainder of the coffee. Chapter 5. Save. Pickle Inspector returns to the material plane. The office is flooded. The outlet's electricity is shorted out. Water spills into the small elf chamber. One of the elves playing poker waves at you. He seems to beckon for you to join them. Forget the degenerate gamblers and save the drowning elf. It is too late for him. There's nothing you can do. Take a hairpin and outlet. This would be a horrible idea even under the best circumstances. You pick up the hairpin anyway. Treat the unpleasant note from the dumbwaiter room. It looks like an apology note from A Stick. Problem Sleuth is okay, sort of. Or something approximating an apology. Maybe he wants to bury the hatchet after all these years. The modification is likely on account of your high pulchritude stat. This reminds you, now that Pickle Inspector's safe is closed, you can go read that note again. Go through mural holes. Sure enough, there's a note. You can now remember the sequence star, heart, horseshoe. You hear the safe opening from the other side. Tootsie Roll Frankenstein! You topple backwards and crush your fork. Fork.
Damn it, this is no time for shenanigans. Stop the water.
There's no way to turn it off. You will suffer the same fate as that poor elf if you stay much longer.
Join the elves.
You duck into the elves' lair for sanctuary. They activate the emergency shutter to seal off the room. The elves introduce themselves. Ropo, Zobo, Foco, and Blod all sit around a table playing cards, while strategizing against a common enemy. You are a little nervous. You dip your head politely into your new hosts.
Look underneath the table. It's a strange way to say hello.
You spy a small hatch on the floor. Hopo must insist you cease your snooping. Maybe someone with more pulchritude could persuade him to see reason.
Threaten elves with hairpin to make them cry.
Despite your most aggressive showing, the elves remain unmoved. They are obviously emotionally stalwart creatures, totally implacable.
Next.
Blood notices a pornographic playing card slip into the deck. He begins to cry.
Collect the tears.
You harvest the elf tears in your teacup.
Plug skylight into power outlet.
A small portal lights up.
Yeah.
You accidentally drop the hairpin through it. The heavy object shatters the glass. Dial, star, heart, horseshoe, and phone. The face of the phone opens, revealing a hidden chamber. There's a piece of paper inside.
Take the paper. Looks like
Sheet music. It is sheet music for the song Moonlight Sonata. You place the sheet music in your pocket.
Go up chimney.
You enter the speakeasy.
What's your name? Chimney. Oh, the chimney they have.
You face north. There's another stunning mural on the wall, as well as a mysterious poster behind the bus. Ride bus like a mechanical bull. Wow, what a fucking waste of time.
Move elbow blocking doors at bottom of stairs.
Your Vim is simply not high enough to dislodge the instrument. It's really stuck.
Move the bust onto the X.
You gotta be kidding. Go through double doors. The doors are barred from the inside. It sounds like there's someone on the other side who will not let you in. You'll either need a very high Vim rating to knock down the doors, or a high pulchritude rating to sweet talk your way in. You sure are proving useless in this room. Click to see Pickle Inspector's items. Slowly loading. You were a little disgusted to find a skeleton in your office. You nevertheless rifle through its belongings. You take the bag of candy corn. The horns are unsettling to you for some reason, so you leave them there. Same with Pez using, which suddenly seems just plain silly. Go out window onto roof, pick up hairpin. First, you wield the Jawbreaker cannon off to the side. You pick up the machine gun. A brute like you is easily able to wield a heavy weapon.
Pass through the skylight. Piano play Moonlight Sonata.
The melody is haunting. No wonder you locked away this music. It's a treasure to the ears.
Yeah.
A compartment is revealed, exposing a powerful industrial fan. The fan blows the bust across the room into the other X.
Swap handgun and Tommy gun.
Problem Sleuth passes the key through the dumbwaiter slot. A-Stick passes the ring of keys through his slot too. A-Stick picks up and loads the handgun with handgun bullets. Problem Sleuth picks up and loads the Tommy gun with Tommy gun munitions. Tie her up around Bossa Nova, swing the pulleys. You go back down to the chimney and get the rope under it. Using your unusually high height characteristic, you rig it up to the ceiling pulleys with the other end tied to the stubborn elbow. Make candy corn liquor or something else.
You feed the candy corn into the still. This should brew something with a real kick to it. It will take a moment. Fire Tommy gun at target above piano. You riddle the ceiling with bullets in a circular pattern. Next. But nothing seems to happen. Check progress of candy corn fermentation.
Things are really percolating in there.
You better head for cover fast. You won't want to be anywhere near that thing when it's done. Go out window and duck for cover.
You shut the safe first, then get off tight. An elf pokes his head out the window. You wave, urging him to get his head down.
Get down. Next. Let's go to sleep, baby. Oh my god, that's weird.
Ride still like a mechanical bull, or just stay put and see what happens? Well, let's
see what happens.
This action unsurprisingly results in your death. Go back.
Feel like chicken dinner soon. No, just stay put and see what happens. What?
Maybe when we reach the next chapter, that's when it can stop.
Yeah.
Rumble, 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 boom.
Next.
Slowly loading. The front wall has been obliterated. Your office is now an inferno, but you are free to leave it.
Next. Oh, you just make some strange noises. The sprinkler system goes on.
You feel the whole building shake. Was that an explosion? You hear a cracking noise from above.
Crack.
The bus falls into the piano.
Next.
The oboe is dislodged.
Drop handgun through skylight.
Drop your own skull through skylight. Parts of the wall and ceiling have collapsed. The path is blocked.
See if your office is okay after explosion.
Looks like the path here is blocked too.
Go upstairs.
Allies have united for the first time in the material plane. You eye each other with suspicion.
Go down chimney again, get more tears and handgun.
You dump the liquor out of your teapot and fill it with the elf tears. You equip the handgun, a weapon more suited to your physical strength.
Oh.
Okay. Give some tears to Problem Sleuth. You fill Problem Sleuth's flask with the elf tears. Go get candy corn liquor. You collect some of the potent candy corn liquor in your teapot. Step outside the office.
Oh my.
You wonder what the fuck happened out here.
Leave the building.
What was all that?
What?
Because it's all been like exploded, and
like,
there's the dead people.
Yeah, just explosions basically. Fire and the...
Oh.
Yeah. At least the bus gone.
The exit is locked. You will need the fabled Megaton key to open the door. Legend has it that only the strongest man on Earth may lift this key. Displace the trombone.
Fun fact: only when they open that door will the story end. That happens right at the end. But anyway, water from the flooded room spills into the hall, dousing the flames.
Sweet talk your way in through doors.
Using your advanced political acumen, you persuade the party on the other side of the door to let you in. The door unlocks.
Go in, guys.
There's a large door guarded by two surly thugs. The door is locked. It looks like it will require more weird puzzle shit to open it. Oh, chapter 6. There are 3 skull-shaped grooves in the wall. If you want, we can stop here.
Yeah, we'll pick it up later.
Yeah, I'll save the game. So yes, this has been fun.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, what perfect timing.
Perfect timing, yeah.
Oh, my legs.
So yes, thank you for watching so far. Thank you for reading along with us. This has been a nice 2-hour session. Have a nice day. We'll read more later.